Hello students, I am really super excited to be here just for you. A pleasing welcome to all. This is Gopal from Department of Chemistry, Bharatasana Matriculation High Secondary School. So, what was the lesson for today? Today we see 11th standard first lesson, basic concepts of chemistry and chemical calculations. Before going into the topic, I will introduce a equation. Let's see the equation of water formation. For example, the hydrogen atoms combine with oxygen to produce the water molecules H2O, in which you have seen the number of hydrogen atoms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, totally 8 hydrogen atoms present here, and number of oxygen atoms is 3. So, 8 atoms combine with 3 oxygen atoms, but they can only produce 3 water molecules. Why? Because for producing 1 water molecules we need 1 oxygen. So, 3 oxygens can produce 3 water molecules and 2 hydrogens are required to produce 1 water molecule. So, totally 6 hydrogen atoms are used in this reaction. What happened for the remaining 2 hydrogen atoms? The remaining 2 hydrogen atoms do not used in this reaction. So, they are being in excess. So, students, our today topic is what is limiting reagent and excess reagent. In this reaction, we have an excess reagent hydrogen. So, hydrogen is an excess reagent. The excess reagent. Moreover, the oxygen only decides the product formation. So, the products are limited by the oxygen reactant. So, this reactant is limiting reagent because this reactant only limits the product formation. So, oxygen is a limiting reagent. Limiting reagent. Students, today we will discuss about the topic limiting reagent. So, shall we go? The limiting reagent is described as the product formation is limited by some reactants. So, that reactants will be consumed completely in the reaction. That reactants are called a limiting reagent. So, the definition for limiting reagent is which reactant in the reaction runs out first. So, the first reactant which is runs out first. When we see the water formation reaction, the oxygen only runs out first. So, this is the limiting reagent and which is completely consumed in the reaction. In this reaction, oxygen only completely consumed because there is no more excess oxygen present in the product. So, this is called as limiting reagent. For example, the oxygen, because it is completely consumed in this reaction. And next one, after consuming it, no more product will be formed. So, no more product, it means no more product formation, no more water molecules also formed in this reaction because the number of oxygen only decides the water formation. So, if we take 3 oxygens, it only can produce 3 water molecules. So, limiting reagents fully consumed in this reaction, they only helps us to produce the product formation. If we take low amount of limiting reagent, means the products are also getting low. So, no more products are formed by the oxygen. So, in this reaction the oxygen is the limiting reagent. Likewise, for example, I can show one reaction for you, the urea formation. What is the urea formation reaction? You know that when the ammonia molecule combined with carbon dioxide, it can produce the amine in left side, carbon oxygen in the middle side and another amine in the right side. Remaining are the water molecules. So, students, in this reaction what will be the limiting reactant and what will be the excess reagent? We will see. Before that, we need to balance this equation. In this equation, you can see in right side 2 ammonia molecules are present here. So, in the left side we can write 2 in front of ammonia, and number of carbons also 1 in left side and right side, number of oxygen also balanced in the right side. The number of oxygen is 2 in left side and number of oxygen in the right side also 2. So, this is the correct balanced equation. This equation is urea formation reaction, because the molecule NH2CO NH2 is urea. In this urea formation, based on this equation, a important question will come in the book back, and this question also responsible for the IIT and NEET questions. We can see this. The question is, if the entire quantity of all the reactants is not consumed in the reaction, which is limiting reactant? So, we need to find the limiting reactant in the urea formation reaction. This is the first question, and our next IIT question is, what is the quantity of urea formed and amount of carbon dioxide left over? So, we want to find the limiting reagent is first, and next one, how many urea are formed in this reaction? This is our next question, and the last one, carbon dioxide left over in the reaction. So, carbon dioxide remaining in the present in the product. So, we want to find the amount of carbon dioxide in this reaction. Shall we go to the reaction? Yeah, let us see students. In this reaction, we have 2 reactants. 2 reactants are ammonia and carbon dioxide, and we have 2 more products, that are urea in water molecules. So, in this reaction, we have 4 types of molecules. Our first step is to write the ratio of moles. First one is to find the ratio of moles. So, see students, in which we takes 2 moles of ammonia, so the ratio of ammonia is 2, and we takes 1 mole of carbon dioxide. So, for carbon dioxide the ratio for mole is 1, and urea and water molecules obtained in this reaction also 1. Based on this ratio, we can write the moles of the reactant. First one, what is the moles of this reactant? So, students, you know that for finding the moles, our required formula is dividing the given mass by the molar mass. The given mass for ammonia is given here 646 grams is the given mass for ammonia. And what was the molar mass for ammonia? For example, I show you the molar mass of ammonia can be calculated as the ammonia contains nitrogen and hydrogen. The number of nitrogen is 1, the nitrogen is molar weight is 14, and number of hydrogen is 3, 1 hydrogen contains 1 mole weight. So, 3 hydrogen contains the weight 3. So, totally 17 moles obtained in this reaction. So, the ammonia molecule's molar mass is 17 gram. When we dividing this, we can get the answer 38 moles. So, 38 moles of ammonia taken in this reaction. So, for carbon dioxide, let us see, carbon dioxide taken in kilogram wise 1.144 kilogram, but we want to write in gram, So, when we changing this, 1144 grams will be obtained for carbon dioxide. And what is the molar mass of carbon dioxide? Likewise, we can do for carbon dioxide, we have 2 atoms, namely carbon and oxygen. The weight of carbon is 12, weight of oxygen is 16, but we have 2 numbers of oxygen, so weight is 32. So, the total weight will be 44. So, the weight is 44 grams. When 1144 divided by 44, we can get the answer 26. So overall 26 moles of carbon dioxide is taken in this reaction. In this question they give the molar mass and given mass of the compounds. From this we can find how many moles of reactants taken in this reaction. But how many moles are fully consumed in this reaction? Let us see this point. In this equation 2 moles of ammonia taken, but 1 mole of carbon dioxide only allowed to consume. So 2 numbers of ammonia molecules can react with 1 carbon dioxide molecule. So double times of ammonia can be taken for the carbon dioxide. If the carbon dioxide is taken as 26 mole means its double times 26 plus 26, 52 moles of ammonia can be used in this reaction, but we have only 38 moles of ammonia. So the 52 moles of ammonia can be used in this reaction. Our required mole is 52, but we have only 38 moles. So 38 moles fully consumed in this reaction. If we take double times ammonia means only 1 time carbon dioxide only used in this reaction. We have 38 moles ammonia, each half 19 moles of carbon dioxide only used in this reaction. So carbon dioxide is 19 moles means the carbon dioxide mole is equal to the urea moles and water molecules moles. So for urea also 19 moles are taken, for water molecules also 19 moles are taken. So the produced urea and water molecules also 19 moles, remaining 26 minus 19, 7 moles of carbon dioxide do not used in this reaction. So that 7 moles of carbon dioxide is the excess reagent in this reaction. Ammonia is fully consumed and the deficiency of ammonia also occurred in this reaction. So fully consumed ammonia is the limiting reagent in this reaction. So in the reaction which molecule fully consumed, it is the limiting reagent, and in a reaction which molecule do not consumed completely and which is remaining in excess, that reactor is called excess reagent. So our first question, which is the limiting reagent in this reaction? Our limiting reagent is ammonia. And our next question, the quantity of urea formed, how much quantity of urea is formed in this reaction? We can easily find the quantity of urea. Let us see. Let me find the quantity of urea. Quantity is calculated by the moles multiplied with molar mass. The formula for found out the quantity in grams or milligrams or kilograms means we want to multiply the moles into molar mass. The moles of reactant in this 19 moles of urea is formed in this reaction. Now only we calculate that. And the molar mass of urea, let us see the urea's formula, NH2 CO NH2, in which we have the atoms carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and hydrogen. Let us see this. Here we have one carbon atom, its mass is 12. We have 2 nitrogen atoms, its mass is 14. So 2 into 14, 28 grams. And we have oxygen also, one number of oxygen present here, oxygen weight is 16 grams. So we write 16. And we have hydrogen, 4 numbers of hydrogen present here. One hydrogen contains 1 gram as molar mass, here 4 nitrogen contains 4 grams. So when we calculating this, we can get 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 10, 20, write 0, remaining 2, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6. So 60 grams is the molar mass for the urea molecule. So urea molar mass is 60. When the 19 is multiplied with 60, you can get the answer 1140 grams. So 1140 grams is obtained as the urea formation. So, in which we can find the formation of urea in required quantity. And next one, what is the amount of carbon dioxide left over? Let us do the same formula for the carbon dioxide, but they do not ask the carbon dioxide consumed in this reaction. They asked the carbon dioxide left over in this reaction. That means the remaining carbon dioxide that they did not react in the reaction, we only calculate the that carbon dioxide. That means the quantity of carbon dioxide for CO2. Quantity of CO2 can be calculated by same formula, moles into molar mass. The moles of carbon dioxide present in this reaction remaining leftover is 7 moles. In the before slide we calculated as 7 moles. So, 7 into the molar mass of carbon dioxide 44 gram. So, 1 carbon contains 12 gram in CO2 molecules, 1 carbon contains 12 gram. We have 2 oxygens, 2 oxygen contains 16 plus 16, 32 grams. So, total mass of carbon dioxide is 44 grams. So, 7 into 44, 308 grams of carbon dioxide left over in this reaction. So, 308 grams of excess reagent carbon dioxide is left over in this reaction. This is IIT and NEET based questions, you can note that. And students, from this we can know what is limiting reagent and what is excess reagent. In a reaction, if the reactant is not consumed in this reaction, if it is being in the excess, it is excess reagent. If it in a reaction, the reactant is fully consumed, means it is the limiting reagent. And you can see the number of reagent, the number of moles of reactants or number of masses of reactions also founded by the reaction. Let you can see the limiting reagent questions and excess reagent questions based on the book back and book inside are given in the study materials. You can see the study material in the description. It contains the important formulas and the definitions also. And the additional 1 marks and 2 marks also given in the study material. You can write the subject note with book back 2 mark and 5 mark. The study material contains both book back and additional questions, and answers are given in the stepwise, and important formulas and definitions also given in the study material. And students, after you writing the self assessment question, you can send us for photography for the corrections. Thanks for making time to watching this video. Thank you.